Hi everyone, it's Marcy Denning here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous Stampin' Up! Products that I share with you. If you're just joining me now, you are brand new to my business page. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I am glad that you have found me. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am just sharing here to my Stampers group. Okay, so please say hello when you come by. Hello, Marie. Hello, Sharon. Okay, my comments are showing. Good, 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 good. If you're watching the replay, there will not be the live red button in the top left-hand corner. It will be the replay. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell, so that you get notified every time I publish a new video. So today I am going to be creating with the Pedal to the Metal stamp set. Sadly, this is retiring. I think that it is a fabulous stamp set. Hello, Sharon. How are you feeling? I think this is a fabulous stamp set and for guys, and I'm very sad that it's retiring. As well, we're going to be using the Coastal Weave 3D embossing folder. And I'm pulling in the Clubhouse combo pack of Baker's Twine, this red. So my colors today are, I'm using the Memento Black ink pad, as well as the Crumb Cake. So my I'm going to call this a motocross bike. When I was creating this card, this motorcycle reminded me of my hubby, Brad. Back when we first met, we were 18 years old. And that was a very, very long time ago. And he raced motocross. So he had two bikes. He raced 125cc and 250cc. And he raced, his bike was a Honda, which was red. So I asked him to help me choose my colors. And I was like, okay, what's this? What's that? Now, don't ask me now what it is. But I'm not quite sure. But he stood over me and told me what to color. Everything. So he said, like, the seat is black and the number plate, well, you could go any color, but just do it the red. So this is my homage to Brad's motocross days. And then we've got some of that fabulous tire marks or whatever on the inside. So, and if you noticed, I did that technique on this embossing folder where I inked it up, like I did with the high C's. So we're going to do that again. So let's get started. All right, so I have Thick Whisper White, and I am going to, because I am going to be coloring it with my Stampin' Blends, so I am going to ink it up in my black. I'm going to line this up on my grid paper here in the marks so that I know how to stamp it fairly straight when I'm not like right over top of it. And we're going to stamp it just like that. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside for a few moments to dry before we start coloring it. So let's just move this to the side and bring in our cardstock here that we're going to need. And I've just got my Crumb Cake, And what I'm going to do is open up my crumb cake ink pad, and the side that has the Stampin' Up, I am going to just drag this across so that we get lighter and darker areas. Okay. And this, like I had said before, the last time I used this technique, it's a fun way to add more dimension and interest to your embossed pieces of cardstock. So now I'm just going to place this in and line it up at the top and carefully close it over and put it through my big shot here. Carefully, not jiggling that paper around. And I'm just going to crank it through. And carefully open that up. And there you have that embossed piece of cardstock that's got that little bit of that crumb cake on there, giving it some real dimension to it, making it look even deeper, the embossing. And I thought this embossing folder was great to pair with this stamp set. Hello, Jeannie. Yes, it is a nice set. This is one of the sets that I don't believe I will be getting rid of. I believe that I will be holding on to this, as I think it is a great set, and I'm not caught up in my scrapbooking, but let's be honest, I don't think I'll ever be caught up in my scrapbooking, but when I do get back to those old photos of when Brad was racing, when we were dating way back in the early 80s, I will definitely pull this out. As well, my sister, she has a four-wheeler that they like to bomb around on. So when we go up there, if we've got any photos from that, I know I'll be able to use that. So what I did here was I just inked this up. I stamped it off on a piece of scratch paper and then just stamped it across the bottom. It doesn't have to be in a straight line or neat and tidy. You can do it however you want. I just wanted to add a bit of stamped love to the inside of my card. So let's just move you to the side and let's bring in our all our different blends. I've got quite a few for this, looking like it's only a couple colors. So my ground is my light crumb cake. The sky background area is my light pool party. And remember, the singles will not be available for much longer. You will only be able to purchase your Stampin' Blends in a combo pack in the future. So if there are any singles that you use a lot of, I would highly recommend that you purchase them now. I go through my light smoky slate, light pool party, light crumb cake, and light gray granite a lot. I use those a lot. So I have recently placed an order that I got those singles. As well, I'm using the light basic black because I find that the dark basic black is very dark, and the dark poppy parade. So I'm just going to bring this here so I have a visual reference, and let's get coloring. Actually, let's bring this scrap piece of paper in. Okay, so how is everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. It is Wednesday, hump day, as a lot of people call it, halfway through the week. Although our weeks, you know, sometimes a week feels like a year anymore. So some days just seem to stretch out longer than others. I swore Sunday all day. I swore Sunday was Saturday. I don't know why. It just felt, I don't know. Today is a very rainy day here in southwestern Ontario. So the perfect day to be inside crafting. At least in my opinion. I've been down in my craft room for quite a bit of today. I have my cards figured out for my Friday night for the Share Sunshine, the COVID give back, the PDF. So I hope you will come back and on Friday and join me. Okay, on this one I have gone outside of the lines just slightly here, so I'm just going to take that. Okay, so now I use the light gray granite for the metal parts because I find that light gray granite is lighter than the smoky slate. So anything that would be chrome, as Brad said to me, anything that's chrome, color it that color. Okie dokie, honey. So we're just, there's no shading in this at all. I'm just straight on coloring, but you have to be careful that you're staying in the lines with these fine, small areas. All right, and then light smoky slate is the engine here. Oh, I've missed a spot. Let me go back there. This little thing, whatever it is, I don't know mechanics. So that piece there. All right, so now we're going to come in with our light smoky slate and color in these areas. Yes, while there are some great sets coming for guys, I really don't think that there's anything quite like this type of a set. So yes, I will definitely be holding on to this one for a while. All right, light basic black. And I don't know if it's bleeding more, if it's because it's more humid here in the house today because of the dampness outside. Because when I made this card yesterday, I didn't have any issues at all. It's just one of those weird things, I guess. I'm not talking a whole lot while I'm coloring, as I'm trying to stay in the lines. So have you guys purchased the COVID PDF? 100% of the proceeds are being donated to the organizations, which is fabulous. And you cannot purchase it in my online store. You purchase it directly from Stampin' Up. Okay. I forgot to do that little rim thing here, whatever that is. I'm going to call it a rim. Okay, now what I did was, let's get these others out of the way for the moment. I need my light crumb cake, and I'm going to use the brush tip end, and I just, with a fairly easy stroke, I'm just bringing it. I'm leaving some areas not colored in at all. I just want to get that line of where that bike would be sitting. I'm not being too awful fussy with it because it's the ground, right? It doesn't need to be this perfectly colored. And then we're gonna put some in through here that you would see through those spokes. Okay, and now the sky. Now we're just gonna carefully. You could use masking with this and add some trees in that in behind as well. And I see an area there that I did not get of that, whatever that is. You like my technical term, whatever that is. My husband would tell me, well, that's a whatever, but and I'm doing the same thing with the sky. I'm just back and forth. It doesn't have to be all fancy pretty. All one solid color. Coming in here a little bit more carefully. And when that dries, it will be a little more even. It fades out a bit as it dries. Let's just bring that there. Okay, now I wanted that tire tracks in the bottom, so I have cut a mask. And I'm just going to stick it on here because I want to stamp the dirt on the bottom. Again, I'm going to stamp off, and I'm just going to stamp it on there. Just adding a bit more to that ground. Oh, I'm actually looking up now and looking that I've got quite a few people watching. That's awesome. And you know what? This is really bothering me. So I am going to come back in here. Reds seem to really bleed quite a bit. I don't know what it is about the reds. So let's just pull that, and then I'll come back in after with the pool party to kind of clean that up a bit. But in the meantime, I've used the stitched shapes, so I'm using that square. This is the largest of the squares that I'm using. Okay, so hello Monica, hello Stephanie, Lynn, Pam, Mary. Okay. And remember, if you are local and you've purchased the PDF and you want to create a way on Friday night with me, please message me, because I don't know who has purchased the download, because it's directly through Stampin' Up. There's no way to tell. So if you message me, you're local, and you message me that you have purchased the PDF, I will, and you're wanting, I will cut the 3 cards that we're doing. I will cut the card guts, as I call them, for you, and that way you can create along the 3 different cards. And it is completely free to pick those up. I just thought it would be something fun to do, and to give back, show my appreciation. All right, so we're just going to slide that on there. I just love the way that embossing folder looks when it's inked up. Okay, so now we are going to take some dimensionals, and my dimensionals are pretty, I'm getting to the very end. I need to snip some. Thank you, Marie. I think it is a great guy card as well. And it got my husband's seal of approval. He said it looked cool and that it did kind of remind him of his motocross bike. So, all right. Peel these off. And let's stick you about here. Lift that up to make sure I'm a little high on the right, so. Okay, and now I think I can come in. Actually, let's do the fine end here. Blend that out. Okay. Now, set that aside for a moment. Move that. Let's come in with our sentiment. Hope your day is full of adventure. Okay. And the measurements, this is curling up. The measurements, oh, and I've got black somewhere on my hand, so let's stamp at this end. The measurements will be on my blog. I have my post typed up. And so I just have to insert the video when I am all done here. So I am going to bring in my little baby trimmer, and I'm going to just line that up and snip that down, and I want to snip this. So I'm just eyeballing this as to a straight line. I'm using this here as my guide. I'm just guesstimating, hoping that I'm fairly straight. And there we go. And then I've just got another piece of the real red, or sorry, real red. No, we are using Poppy Parade. So we're just going to add a little glue, stick you down so that you are fairly straight and even. And then we're going to take and snip you. I think I need just a hair more. And then bring it back down just a teeny tiny bit. Oh, that's a little too much. Okay. Not too bad, good enough. So now I'm going to take my snail, move this stuff out of the way, bring in my silicone craft sheet that is full of bits in that, dusty. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my twine and I'm going to take 1, 2, and my scissors, and snip, and tuck those little tails in and stick you down. And let's just snip that off. And then 1, 2, and 3. So Friday night will be 7 p.m. that I will be back with my 3 cards. It'll be a bit longer of a live because we'll be creating 3 cards. Okay, so we are just going to stick you down about there. And there we have today's card. And you can't really tell that I came at that with my my color lifter at all. So I hope you enjoy that. Would you like a sneak peek of what we're going to be creating on Friday? So the PDF is pretty awesome. Let me just grab it here. Some of the sheets. Where did I put them all? They're kind of all over because I've been creating away with them. So here are a couple of them. And I've printed them out with my Whisper White cardstock. I find that that is the best thing to use as, there we go, as you are going to be using them on a card front. So, all right. So this is one of the cards we're going to be creating. I love this card. Have another quarantini. It's like a normal martini, but you drink it at home, alone. I think that is adorable. So this is one of the cards we're going to be creating on Friday night. So remember, if you are local and you want to create one of the 3 cards, I'll show you these are the 3 here. I don't want to show the front of the others. I want you to be surprised. Message me, let me know, and I will cut the card guts, the bases and everything for you. And all you have to do is then cut down your printed PDF as to whatever it is we're going to be creating, and then you can pick it up out of my mailbox on my front porch, and we will create along together. So that is all for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please share my video. Sharing is caring. It's how I reach more crafty friends. And please, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am less than 20 subscribers away from being able to go live on YouTube. So if you could subscribe to my channel so that I can go live and craft live with you there, that would be fabulous. So have a great night, everybody. And I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.